is Ra, and you are on a journey with me to self-realization, awareness, and consciousness. This video is a series of 3. This one is all about the old me, so the old you, the past 35 years. It's not just about the decade, but energetically, this is about the past 35 years of your life. And what inventory have you taken? What have you gotten rid of? What was the old story? And so this is just to help inspire and awaken you into letting go, shedding, and entering a whole new phase of yourself. So 35 years ago, if I'm to go back, which I am, so 35 years ago at the age of 17, I had left home, and due to some family drama issues, disconnect, some unfortunate events at the time, very painful. My father had left, and I ended up moving out at the age of 17. Back then I was playing drums. I had to sell the drum set and just go on a venture, and moved in with a boyfriend at the time, and then needed to get work, and I started at an entertainment place and began to do a journey of 10 years of drugs, alcohol, selling my soul, and really disconnecting from myself, from the universe, from my guides. And it was just one dark night of the soul after another, and that really continued up until the age of 24, when I went to really leave the work that I was doing to get away from drugs, to get away from killing myself, and moved to Florida, went to go get married, but I was a runaway bride, because wherever you go, there you are. And I did not understand that. Came back, went back to the same work, doing more drugs, drinking a lot more, until again, I was 28 years old, and then moved to Vegas to help my brother run his business. But again, wherever you go, and if one has not worked on alcoholism or drug addictions or codependency or any of those issues, then again, there you are. And there I was, and I stayed there for almost a year. Then I ended up moving to Arizona and getting married. And at the age of 30, I was married. I ended up getting pregnant, and during my pregnancy, I stopped drinking, and had my son at 33, and lo and behold, still feeling really disconnect, but always reading books like Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I was always into looking up at the world, at the sky, not wanting to be here. Did not know anything about starseeds or light workers back then. And I was really dying. I was dying inside, and I was very disconnected. By the time my son was 5 years old, I was leaving with my son from Arizona back to California, and now I was getting divorced, so I ended up raising my son here in California. Got my real estate license, and that was really scary. It was a whole new language for me. Did that for almost 11 years, and during that time, it brings me then to the decade, into this decade that we're closing out. And within this decade, 2010, I was still drinking, I was still getting high, driving drunk, and disconnected. I felt really dead inside, didn't know what my purpose was. I was not really caring for real estate. It was just something I was doing to help provide for myself and my son. But I was living on food stamps, and even doing real estate. I was cleaning houses, and I was doing whatever I could do to make ends meet. And I was stealing from the grocery store. I was stealing food so I can pay for alcohol. And I was doing a lot of stuff that was just so very painful, and I didn't understand how to get out of it. But lo and behold, come 2012, I got arrested. And 2012, to my understanding, was another great conscious awakening, which I did not even understand back then. But that, for me, when I look back now, right, is that the guides, my guides, angels, ascended masters, and so forth, were really guiding me into where I am today. But I started really recognizing number sequences and saying 111, 222, 333. It was constant. And animals coming up. Now, when I lived in Arizona, I was very drawn to Native American Indians, and I was taught about animal speak. So that was a part of my already understanding. And I found myself to be, I'm very spiritual, but, don't talk to me. But I was so spiritual that, I'm just going to do my own thing. Like, I did not understand spirituality, that, that you're not, one doesn't become spiritual. We're already spirit. But so just to bring up, these are the old stories. I was not painting, I was not writing, I was not making videos, I was not doing anything. I was a hermit. I would go out by myself, come home with myself. I would drink and do drugs constantly. And I was really hurting myself. Going into AA had really helped me. But even in that, I had a lot of experiences that were so very painful. Again, not knowing how to love myself, going outside of myself, chasing love, chasing money. It was just one chase after another, and it was incredibly painful. But all those lessons, when I look back now, they were also preparing me to self-realization and to bring me to where I am today. And that will be the next two videos I'll be making. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a 3-part of the old me. And when I look back, and I know that this is a story that I will not be bringing in into the new decade, but it has been very important for me to become my own guru by integrating light from the darkness. And really I spent so much time on YouTube looking at Joe Dispenza and Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, Bentina Massaro. The list is endless of how to break out of. Even after the 12th step, I was so busy then sponsoring women and, again, being of service, but I kept ignoring myself and my own needs and my purpose in life. I was really fearful, very scared, looking at other people with envy and jealousy, and I did not trust anybody, and my life was just spiraling really fast. But it went on for 35 years and it went on for a very long time. But I guess time is irrelevant when we look at the whole picture. So I'm here to help you inspire and awaken, no matter what your story is, no matter what the old story is. My suggestion is to integrate the light. What did you learn? What have your stories taught you? What stories are you still hanging on to? What haven't you healed? Oh my God. What I got into 4 years ago was also, like my guides were talking, I was looking up numbers, 1111, 222, 333, 444. I mean, one after another. I was getting signs from all over. And I had this voice tell me to look into energy healing. So I started to do Reiki. As I was transitioning from real estate, I began to do Reiki. I had put all my my creativity into the shadow my whole life. I've been drawn to doing readings. I've always done readings, but I put it aside because I thought that I shouldn't be doing readings. But my mom is also a reader, and psychic intuitive abilities run in my family. But again, these were things that I shut down, and I shut them down for a very long time. I could not trust the universe, and I did not trust myself. But coming into recovery, which today I'm not going to any meetings, and that'll be in the next videos and so forth, but those were all part of the journey to help bring me here into self-realization, to help awaken. and to be able to speak and make videos. And let me tell you, me getting on videos and speaking, it was so nerve-wracking. It still is. You have no idea how many times it took just for me to sit and just to start with this one. But this is about, you know, looking at how much lack of self-worth I had, how much envy I had. I did not really understand the law of attraction. Whatever we think about, we bring about. Our actions, our words, the universe is always listening. So I was looking at life, that life is happening to me, that other people get to live a good life, and other people get the nice relationships, and other people get real estate deals, and why not me? So I was very much a victim in the past 35 years, and just to go to this decade, since we are closing out a decade, within this decade alone, oh my God, coming into, like I said, from drinking in 2010, drunk driving with my son in the car, to not remembering, blackout, and when I went to Honduras on a cruise, from the blackouts to all the other things that I've gone through, and then the real estate work not working out, me scrubbing people's homes with a toothbrush for $10 an hour just so I can put food, stealing, like I said, food, so I can buy my alcohol. I mean, these were all part of it until I came and sobered up and really started working on recovery, and really got into all this stuff on YouTube. There's so many people on YouTube that can help, and they really helped me. And from that, got into energy work, and from energy work, really started to work on healing. But again, I was doing a lot of healing work with other people and wasn't giving that back to myself. So it has just been one awakening after another that has brought me to this space, and I'm so very grateful to be right here sharing this with you. So I encourage you, whatever story it is. My last video was about decluttering, and I haven't made a video since then because that's what I've been doing. I have completely gone one drawer at a time, one space at a time, and then one space, one drawer in my mind as well, just to see, you know, what story do I want to bring in? And none. There's nothing that I want to bring in, but what I do want to bring in, and what I am bringing, are the gifts, the abilities, the enlightenment, the awareness of my experiences. And on the next video, we're going to talk about what does that mean, awareness and experiences and manifestation, the law of attraction, and things of that nature. So even though I looked at my life as very extremely painful, today I'm so grateful for all those lessons, and I am truly finding the joy of all my experiences, because now I'm looking at it from a bird's eye view and not from a place of a victim. I hope that this has helped you. I'm going to draw a card and see for the past, what is it that is being closed out right now? And the old story, what old, whoa, way too many cards. So what old story are you letting go of? What old story does not fit you anymore? And we have the moon. So this is the card of Pisces, but I like to say Cancer because I'm Cancer and I'm ruled by the moon. So this is about what has been hidden. So what are you closing out? What is it that you're looking at? Maybe things that you were not able to see, things that you had been hiding from yourself. Like I was, my own gifts, my own abilities, everything was in the shadow, and I really had to integrate to see everything was in the shadow, and nothing was illuminated for me because my mind was skewed, and I was not focusing. We have the card of Sagittarius, which is Temperance. So this to me is, and I'm going to pull one more. Okay, or two more. Yeah, what is it? Oh my God, this is perfect. And I just want to see what's on the bottom of the deck. Oh my God, this is so wonderful. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the card of Judgment. So this is a wake-up call to self. So what are we closing out in the past 10 years, if not 35 years? This to me is raising from the ashes of the dead. This is about waking up to life purpose, realizing with the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and then we have Temperance and the Moon here. So the way that I'm interpreting these cards is that what I'm now looking at, right, what I'm closing out are the things I did not want to look at, the things I was hiding, my addictions, my fears, even my own gifts and abilities, not seeing my own worth, my own value, my own gifts, my own beauty, always looking at everybody else and crying, wondering, where's mine? And God, why have you left me? Universe, my family, Starseed family. I mean, there's just so much that has come into my life, and learning that I have to bring balance into my life. This really is that I was so out of balance. I was so constantly chasing the guys, constantly chasing for love. I had no balance in my life. It was always about other people. And I was just, like the Seven of Swords says, I was stealing from myself. I was denying myself of real love, real balance, real happiness. And this is about, you know, people that maybe come into your life and they're stealing your joy, or that they're doing things in their, people that have done things, right, in the past 10 years, 35 years, and have gotten away with it. But not looking at, oh, I'm going to get them back. They got away with it. But what has illuminated from that, right? And have you been stealing from yourself? And then what am I closing out? The Five of Wands. This is, to me, is like, I've been fighting so many people, my outside, my surroundings, but also myself. And the Five is all about change. So I'm changing, right? So what am I leaving behind? The arguments, the conflicts, the fights, stealing from myself here. Coming out of not having balance in my life and restoring, you want to restore balance in your life and allow yourself to see the beauty, to see your gifts, to see your talents, and to really look at what did you hide from yourself, and here awaken to what you are here to do. Awaken to your purpose and know that you are being guided. I believe that's Gabrielle that's blowing the horn. I could be wrong. If I am, I'm sorry. But this is completely about rising up, right? What are we closing out? Look at this. And here I have also followed with the Temperance, I'm sorry, with the High Priestess. So a lot of Pisces and Sag. I have Pisces, Sag, Cancer, and a lot of mental. So we have all signs here, fire, water, and the Temperance holds the cup in this one, but it is a Sagittarian card. But anyways, so this is all about, you know, listening to your intuition. Maybe before you weren't trusting yourself on what your path is, and that, you know, you thought that everybody else was going to get away with, you know, whatever that they were doing, and that you were really not listening to yourself, so hence stealing from yourself. And not everything is going to be black and white, you know. There are a lot of shades of gray in between, so it's not just black and white. This is really aligning yourself now and looking at the wisdom. You have the book, right? So what is in this book? What are you closing out? And this is really tapping to your intuition. What are you letting go of? The conflict, resisting change. So I really hope that this was very helpful. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking, commenting. And the next video will be about the present me. Thank you. Namaste.